Samsung is facing the biggest test so far with the unveiling of their new phone, the Galaxy S8. This comes after months of failure for the company's infamous Galaxy Note 7, which was recalled twice after its batteries kept bursting into flames.
Samsung's reputation and sales took a drastic hit after the debacle, but now the world's largest phone maker is hoping for a fresh start. An executive editor for CNET News, Roger Cheng, joins us now to tell us more. All right, so Roger, everybody's going to be paying attention to the battery. Will it work this time? What has changed? What can you tell us?
Well, hopefully they believe it won't explode. They obviously didn't talk about it too much. Kind of nodded to it, mentioned that they had a difficult year. They did talk a little bit about the battery testing process, which they've talked about in the past. That they've got new standards, new procedures in place to ensure that this doesn't happen again. But there are no guarantees in life.
So when it comes to safety, Roger, is there anything different that they've done this go around?
Again, it goes back to the battery process.
Yeah.
They've implemented this 8-point battery check. These are new tests that they've added to ensure that these batteries don't overheat and catch fire again.
All right, so you were at Samsung's event earlier today in New York. What can you tell us about the S8's camera? Everybody's, sort of focused on the camera. Forget how the phone works to call somebody. How does the camera work?
Surprisingly, the camera isn't changed that much. They added it's the same 12 megapixel camera that it was on the Galaxy S7. They've added some software tricks. The front-facing camera is a little bit better. It's about 8 megapixels. And can detect your face automatically for those perfect selfies. But in terms of camera jumps, they actually didn't make a huge deal about that. It was more about the design and the look of the phone.
Is that an effort to compete with the iPhone?
Yeah, in terms of the camera or the design?
The design.
Absolutely. I think they tried to really make a statement with this phone that Samsung is back. Forget the Note 7. We're back with a new gorgeous device. When it comes to hardware, we're really hard to beat. We're on top there. Apple is expected to pull out all the stops with their 10th anniversary iPhone later this year. So Samsung absolutely had to basically give it all.
Wow.
Give its all.
So we got to step it up here. I want to ask you about the voice assistant Bixby, which how does it compare to Siri and Alexis?
Bixby is a little bit different. I think a lot of people are going to look at it like they do with Google Assistant, kind of run searches, ask questions. Bixby is more of a helper for you to control your phone. So if you want to pull up photos from your vacation from last year, you can actually tell Bixby, and it's smart enough to understand that. We'll actually pull up those photos. So it's more, at least at the start, it's more of an interface for how you control your phone. But it's a little rough. We've tried it, and it's a little limited right now.
And how much is this going to set us back if you get one of these?
The Galaxy S8 is $750. The S8 Plus, which is the bigger version, is $100 more. So it's
not bad, Rena. You can buy all of us a phone.
No, I wait for the 50% off discount.
Well, the starting price is $100 more than the starting price of an iPhone. iPhone starts at $650. So it's a little bit pricier than your standard premium phone.
Wow, Roger, when you're making the iPhone look like a deal.
You're doing something right. Final question for you. How important was this release? I remember, and I think all of us were paying attention to the story because we were covering it, but just trying to figure out how in the world do you come back from something like this when your phone's exploding all over the place? How do you make the redemption?
I mean, absolutely. This was the most important product probably in its history. I mean, this is a make or break moment for Samsung. We really can't say for sure whether or not they pulled it off. Really, it depends on how it comes to the market and whether or not it actually ends up pleasing customers and not exploding. That's ultimately the real test, right?
All right, executive editor for CNET, Roger Cheng, thank you for joining us.
All right, thank you, Roger.